Hey guys, it's Tuesday and welcome to another Tuesday Talk. Today I want to talk about a very important subject, and that is setting boundaries and why it is so important in our lives to set boundaries. Especially if you aren't very good at it, you don't have, you didn't grow up being encouraged to have boundaries. You were basically told to do as you were told, and if you didn't, you were not being a good person, a good child. You were misbehaving, and you were not following the rules. So then you kind of grow up saying, well, if I assert my energy over the energy of others, I am misbehaving and people won't like me and I won't be approved of. And it's just this vicious cycle. And nobody ever says to you at any point, you know what? It's okay to disagree with the grown-ups in the room. It's okay to say no, you don't want to. There's an appropriate way to do it and an inappropriate way to do it. And that's what adults need to be teaching children. And that it's very important that we set boundaries. It's very important that our kids learn how to set boundaries, and we allow them to. I learned much too late in my life how to set boundaries, and allowed a lot of people to kind of dictate what I did, when I did it, and how I did it, and to use guilt and manipulation and shaming to coax me to their will. And because I didn't want to be that person that didn't comply, the one who, the rebel, the misbehaving child. Even though I was an adult, on the inside I was still that misbehaving child when I wanted to assert my will. And it took me years of being in toxic relationships, being in job roles that weren't for me, but I was doing what other people thought I should be doing, and dressing a certain way, listening to other people's needs above my own. And while it is very important and it is a very good thing to be selfless and to help others, when it comes at the risk of your own health, physical health, emotional health, and mental health, that's when it becomes a problem. And we need to know how to set boundaries. We know how to say, no, that I'm not comfortable with that. And we need to be able to know how to then say what will happen if that boundary is crossed, and we need to stick to that. Something as simple as, I'm not comfortable when you use that kind of language in my home, and if it happens again, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to invite you over. If it happens again, you don't invite them over. Or someone sends you a rude text because you didn't go out to dinner with them, or something along those lines. I had a few dates like that kind of thing, or people asking me to go out on a date or something like that, and then they get rude because you don't respond to a text, or say yes, you'd love to go, because that's outside of your comfort zone. That's not what you need to be doing at that particular time. And you've set that boundary. Well, then you say to them, I don't appreciate you pushing me to respond. And if you need an answer right now, the answer's no. That's setting a boundary. And if it's crossed, then you say, I don't think you're a bad person, but that's comfortable for you. It's not comfortable for me. And so we're going to have to end this conversation now. That all being said, please check yourself on your boundaries. I will be more than glad to talk with any of you about boundary setting and goal setting. In fact, if you want to schedule a free wellness coaching session and discuss boundary setting, I would be more than glad to. I will drop the link for my calendar in the comments below. All you got to do is click on that, set up a time, 30 minutes or so at a time that's convenient for both of us, and we'll discuss setting boundaries, or we'll discuss toxic relationships or nutrition goals or wellness. And for now, have a great Tuesday. Much love. Mwah.